Well, hello. Look at this. My head is spinning. It's literally how I felt all summer. So, I'm just gonna catch you all up on like life, where I've been, what I've been doing. I don't really know where I've been, but back to school. Like, how are we already here? Not really sure. Like, literally can't handle any of it. Fall sports are about to start next week. One of my brothers is getting married this weekend. I last minute had to take my cat to the vet this morning. There's just been like so much, and I literally just been crying the last few days. Just overwhelmed with things. So anyways, let's just start with back to school, homeschool. So my plan, although I've second guessed myself many times the last few days, I just got in our curriculum. Monday? Is that yesterday? Today's Wednesday. 2 days ago. So yes, I will have a 5th grader, I will have a 4th grader, I will have a 2nd grader, I will have a 1st grader, and then I have a 4.5-year-old, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to start her in kindergarten stuff, just because she's more than ready, and she already sits at the table anyway, so it's like, might as well just get her going. But then I can kind of feel it out, like I don't have to rush it. We'll just see where she lands with that. I did my back to school shopping. We did this all in July because I know that just with my brother's wedding and football starting on Monday, I just knew I wanted that all out of the way. So we did we got the pencils, we got the erasers, we got new dry board erasers. I got like new bins last year, so I didn't need any of that stuff. Thank goodness. As pencils, I got some little whiteboards for the older boys so I can like write out their schedule and they can cross it off. I'm hoping that encourages them to be a little more independent. So yeah, we have all that. As far as fall sports, so I have 4 playing this year. I have 3 playing football, the 3 boys, and then Rosa is playing soccer. Anna wanted to play soccer too, but I'm like, you're 4.5, like you're just not there yet. And I can't add one more thing. So that is coming up. Not even sure. This summer was just chaotic. So I don't know if I shared in my last video, but so my mother-in-law passed away in March. My sister-in-law passed away in January, and then my mother-in-law passed away in March. So that's why we got the dog. And then so my father-in-law and my brother-in-law and his wife and their 2 kids came from Italy and were staying with us for the last half of June, beginning of July. So that was a very crazy busy time, but it was so great. Our van also died. So we had to get a new van, which is like a nightmare. So it's just so busy. That, and then like this morning, the cat has been acting very weird, like having like these wheezing symptoms. And like this morning she was like wheezing pretty bad and like was drooling. So I'm like, I should probably take her to the vet. Nothing against veterinarians. We need them. I wanted to be one myself. But the amount of money that I just spent this morning, I literally started crying at the counter. I was like, are you sure that's what you, it was like, is this what you just said to me? And she's like, yes. I was like, I just can't. Just the expenses we've had along with like the van it's been very stressful. So there's that. I've been just trying to really relax when I can, doing my knitting, which I wanted to take out my knitting while I talk to you right now. I'm working on a hat for one of my kiddos. So just trying to take that time to relax. We have gone to the beach. We probably went like once a week for the month of July, which was really good. And then I've just been like cleaning the corners of my house, the crevices. So like dumping everything out of the school bins, recycling everything I don't need anymore, saving, like I put the kids' folders for the year, like their portfolios for, I organized those, like my closet, the kids' clothes, like just those things, the mudroom, the stuff that just builds up in the corners, things get thrown. I have like my desk here and it's just like gets filled. It's like the dump station. So I've just been trying to go through that, the pantry, like all those corners and crevices, the sock basket. Like, what a nightmare. So I went through that and like everything that didn't have matches, chuck it. I don't want to see it. Or like anything that's similar, matched up, anything else that has like nothing, peace out. And honestly, the stage that I'm at with my children right now is just feeling very draining. I'm really struggling with this stage. So they're all a little older. So I have between 4 and a 10-year-old. My 10-year-old has special needs. The behavior is an extreme challenge. And like I literally cried 3 times yesterday because I don't know what to do. So there's that. My therapist dropped our services. It was like was it winter time? I don't know. Maybe it was more towards spring. No, I want to say it was like February. Because I was choosing not to medicate. So I think maybe that might be coming into play because that just really did help me problem solve issues that came up. So now I like literally don't have anyone to bounce ideas off of. Obviously I have my husband, but I feel like when he is actually finally home, it's like we're literally just trying to catch up and he's trying to rest. He works insane hours and it's just like we're literally just constantly bouncing from one kid to the next, dealing with the issues. And they kind of all feed off of my oldest and it's just been very draining. So that brings me to my next point of I was like debating. So I'm like, do I try to find another job? Like, I don't know. Obviously, I love what I've done here on YouTube. I love sharing like my book and all of that. Like that has such a special place in my heart and I love sharing that information. But this summer I kind of reached a point where I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, should I keep going with this? Like, do I just want to say nothing and like just kind of drop the ball? But then I read this email that I got from the DEC, the Division of Early Childhood. I still get emails from them. And it was like this whole article on just the lack of support for prenatal and first-time moms, like the mental health load and all of that. And I was like, yes. Yes, like it just ingrained in me. And it's like that thing, if God like brings you to it, if he keeps bringing it up to you, like that's where you should be. And it just it was just his way of telling me like, keep sharing what you're sharing. Because honestly, as I have evolving and my children are growing and we're like going through those seasons, the one thing that has kept me grounded and continues to keep me grounded, honestly, is my movement routine, my nutrition, and my supplements, like those 3 things. Like my movement, like being able, knowing like that I'm still doing my deep core and pelvic floor, like all of that. And like that goes through seasons where I've been sick or like if I, sick or just like if I'm yelling more, like I'm not perfect here, guys. That all affects my pelvic floor. And like that just brings me back to be like, okay, you've got to go back to the basics and continue doing that. And if I didn't have that knowledge, how much more worse my mental health would be. And especially the nutrition piece too, how much that ties into my mental and physical health. So I'm going to keep sharing that. And if you haven't grabbed my book yet, I don't care where you are in your journey of motherhood, like it's going to help you so much. Grab your book. If you're currently pregnant or trying to conceive, the pregnancy journal And then if you are postpartum with however many kids, however long, this literally walks you through all of the stages of the rehab. You want that because literally you're going to keep coming back to it. And I do keep posting workouts on my YouTube. There's a plethora of them. I do have some stuff on Substack. I have my blog, obviously, but like just keep going back to that stuff. Like that is so important. And then of course, if you're struggling with nutrition or you're just struggling with that brain fog and all of that, I really, really cannot recommend enough if you're feeling ready to tackle on that. I will leave the link to my coach below that helped me set my macros. And let me tell you, I have not put it into the app at all this summer, like zero zitch, like nothing. But the work that I did like since February has kept me very grounded, because when you learn it and understand like, okay, I need so much protein or whatever, like it becomes ingrained in you and how you're choosing your meals and what you need throughout the day. So I've just really gone off that. I have not worked out every single day, like not as much as I was in the winter, because it's summer, like we're busy, we're here, we're there, we're walking, like we're doing all the things, we're at the beach, we're in the water. But I still feel very good in that aspect. Like my muscles, I'm still feeling very strong. I had to put jeans on. For something last week. And I was like nervous because I'm like, I haven't been doing my workouts as like strict or whatever. But I honestly think, you guys, they were a little looser than they were a couple months ago. So that's like just feedback from my head. Like, okay, like things are still moving and my body's still feeling good. So that was just, I want to keep sharing that. So if you have questions about any of that, the movement, the nutrition, the supplements, make sure you let me know in the comments. Like I want to keep sharing that with you, and like that truly has helped me stay grounded. And my supplements, I've been taking creatine, which is huge, collagen. I take my multivitamin, I take fish oil. And then I just started taking this cognitive one from Needed that is only, approved for once you are postpartum, but it has like ashwagandha, and it just is supposed to like bring more calm in your day. And seeing as I have 5 children that drive me literally insane all the time, like I just felt that might help. So I haven't even been a full month on that, so I don't have any, I haven't noticed a huge difference just because I haven't been on it enough. So there's that. The other thing is like all of that has kept me very grounded. Like I have a big birthday coming up. Like I'm turning 40. I don't feel 40. And I think I really owe it all to my movement and my nutrition cycles. So, the kids are very quiet, and I'm pretty sure that they're probably turned the TV on, even though they're literally grounded all this week from device. Forget what I was saying. Yeah, so just the big birthday. But yeah, like I said, just the movement, nutrition, supplements thing have been so huge for me. So that's really where we are. Back to school, fall sports, just wondering what you're doing. And I think I just want to share, like, it feels so much, and especially when school starts. So just make sure you like make a meal plan, choose lots of crock pot meals if you're in and out of the house with the busy sports schedules, and with the start of school. And try not, like, especially for my homeschool moms, like in those first couple weeks, I truly am focusing just on the math and like the reading. Like I'm just getting back into that cycle. Like we're not doing science, we're not doing history or anything like that. Like just let's get slowly ease back into a schedule. Let's get waking your brains up. And typically it's not until like sports are over that I'm like, okay, now I can like breathe and we can add in these other areas of history and all of that. Excuse me. So I just want to encourage you to do that and make sure like the crock pot is your best friend in meal planning. Can you tell I was crying this morning? The vet probably thought I was like a lunatic, but sorry, that was just too much for me to handle. I felt like I had more I wanted to share. Oh, creating. Another way. Look at those colors. So this is a hat, but this is like a brim that's going to get folded under. So you'll mostly see the green. Just been trying to do a lot of creating this summer, and I want to encourage you to find that hobby that like just fills you up, whether it's, I don't know, crocheting, knitting, watercolors, coloring, drawing, photography. I mean, there's just an endless amount, but the power, or like I got my kids, where is it? I get them a loom kit, like, you know, the looms like with the pegs, and you put the little, like the big long like rubber band things on the loom, and like you weave it. I thought I had it here. We went to the yarn shop one day this summer and they had one. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember doing this, and they've really enjoyed that. So like doing it with your kids, anything like that, any sort of crafting, sewing, it truly just helps keep you grounded. And that was the question. If y'all want to learn how to knit or crochet, I would love to like do a starter series on that. Like, is that something you'd be interested in? If you have knitting needles, or I can share like what you would need for basics. Because it's just so fulfilling, and like it's soothing, and it's stress relieving, and it's just so good for the soul. And I cannot thank my meme, rest her soul, for teaching me that when I was 7. Like, I've been knitting obviously on and off since I was 7, but probably the last, I mean, I knit all my kids' hats and blankets. But yeah, so definitely the last decade, I've been knitting. So there you have it, and I will see y'all later. Peace.